Hey everyone, welcome to UNIQUEWAYS with Thomas Girard, a more than audio podcast. We're in the Vancouver podcast recording studio again today for late 2023. I'm recording into season 2 now, which is super exciting. And we got a super awesome guest. She's a graphic designer currently studying at LaSalle College here in Vancouver, Canada. And she's graduating in March, I believe?
In June.
In June, okay. Please join me in welcoming Pengmin. Welcome.
Yeah. Hello everyone, I'm Pengmin. I'm a graphic designer and right now I'm still studying as a student, but at the same time I will also do some freelancer design work like the UI UX and the print work, and it's been great to join the podcast today.
Great. So yeah, super excited to bring you into the community here. So question 1, tell me a little bit more about yourself. What do you do?
Yeah. As I said, I'm a new graphic designer in the industries, and I still keep updating my skills and the techniques for the design. And I sometimes also do tea ceremonies as a tea masters. So sometimes I'll invite some of my friends to get to my home to enjoy the tea together. And also, during my studying time, I will also help out my my classmates, and also right now I'm also do the office administration for the Chinese volunteer organizations. So that's my job.
So just to restate for the audience, we're in the Canby Village podcast recording studio here in Vancouver again. We had a great festive holiday party with guests in this space, and Pengmin was here. And so we're kind of returning back to this space, and it's great to be here with this festive energy. So jumping to question 2, so what's a key piece of knowledge that makes you different?
I think the first thing is the MC. You get to know your customers before you do your graphic job, and also you always need to be kept responsible for all your designs, all your works you handle out. So I think that's the 2 important things to make me different.
Great. Yeah, couldn't agree more. Number 3, why this of all things? Why do you do what you do?
First of all, I always love art. When I was very young, I always loved drawing rather than writing to express myself. As I grew up, I found I can use my ability to help more people. I think design is the best way to do that. So that's why I'm a graphic designer right now.
You know, I was trained as a graphic designer like over 20 years ago, and it was very different. We didn't think in an empathetic way very much. We very much thought like in a mathematical way, or like a way that tries to copy nature, and we try to make perfect things, but now it's much more about making human things, I think. Question 4 is one that people struggle with, and the question is, what does your future look like?
My future, I'm seeing myself in recent maybe 5 years, I will see my maybe in a very professional graphic design team. We can do a lot of amazing job together, and I want to join a very professional like the companies or studio in Vancouver to keep updating my skills over there. And maybe after that, I want to start my own business to always do the graphic design job and do other things I want.
Nice.
Yeah.
You know, Vancouver has a lot of prominent designers, especially in the academic world, and you know, I was chatting with the former president of Emily Carr, Ron Burnett, recently about coming into the studio, and you know, he was on the audio podcast as one of the early supporters. So Vancouver is so rich like that. So the next question we say is unique to this podcast. The question is, let's talk about location. How does the notion of place play into what you do?
First of all, we see ourselves in Vancouver. I think that's very important. The local cultures also always like influence your design work and how you think. Because recently I I took a sustainable higher levels class with another instructor. She gave us two more chance to connect to the communities. I found like the most people here is more related to the community business rather than a large market. I think that's very important to think before we design.
We had a great New York-based illustrator on the audio show named Timothy Goodman, and Timothy Goodman makes a real effort to give back to New York and give back to Brooklyn, I think it is, and does a lot of stuff for the community there. That kind of idea of being local and building community is something I think that Vancouver is just starting to want to do more. I mean, we really need more of it here. So the next question is, if you had to start from the beginning, what advice would you give your former younger self?
Yeah, that's a trick questions because at the very beginning, I'm not planning to do a graphic designer. So I wish I have more time to practice more on my basic skills, how to sketching stuff, how to build my brainstorm board. I wish I could do more on that. And right now, I think even I could do these kind of things very quickly, but I think I could save my time to do other things right now.
These days I say I need another copy of me so that I can get everything done. It takes actually two.
I would always push her to do more.
So the next question is, what's a day in your life like?
So when I'm away from graphic design, like I said, I do tea ceremonies and I also love cooking. So that's another way to keep my connection between people. And also sometimes for the tea ceremonies, it's very good time for you to very calm down and think about yourself, what you did recently, good or not. So I think that's another way to improve myself also.
I love tea. The next question is lifelong learning. Lifelong learning is a popular topic. How do you stay up to date?
Yes. So during people growing up, they are not learning about the skills keep them earn money. Also skills communicate to people and also building connection to the society and community. So lifelong learning is very important to all of us. I think from different perspective. Yeah.
Well, you do that. I mean, through your tea ceremonies, surely that's a unique thing that you do. That is about. Well, it's about that says something about learning about different things as well as your main thing, right?
Yes, and during that time, you could also chat with different people. You will find they will give you inspiration rather than you just sit back there just browsing online. You may think about the more thing.
So tools. What tools do you use? Do you use digital and analog tools?
Yeah, most time I use the digital tools like the Adobe Illustrator, Photoshop, and Procreate. But I think you always keep a sketchbook by hand to write down your thoughts on it, and also draw some sketches for your the brave new idea. I think that's important because sometimes it's very quick to grab a sketchbook rather than open iPad and find your points. Sometimes you don't know where's your Apple Pencil is.
So work-life balance, how do you deal with it?
I can give myself a rule from Monday to Friday. I will always keep myself on my work, on my study, and on the weekend I always keep one day to for myself to just let me calm down and think about what I did this week, what I can improve for the next week. and also one day for get touch with my friends or some of my instructors to communicate with them if I can find something interesting together.
Great.
Yeah.
So halfway, if you weren't doing what you do now, what would you be doing?
If I'm not a graphic designer, I may still keep doing my tea ceremonies as a tea master, or I started learning cooking.
And what would you not like to do with your career?
I think there's always something you don't like to do. Maybe like as very beginning as a very young designers, I don't know how to do UI UX. That's really my weakness. But right now, as I learn more, I find it's very interesting to do all the set map, all the wireframes, step by step. But finally, you see your work there, it really makes sense, and really you get proud of yourself. I think during your learning or working, there's always been moments like I want to just keep away from anything. I don't want to do, but finally you can find some way to like overcome them. You find yourself a better one.
Great. The next one, do you have a favorite word, quote, or a sentence?
My quote is a picture worth 1,000 words, because I do believe in like graphic work vectors will talk you more stories than just give you one sentence over there. It's very obviously from for example, you see an advertisement, you will look at the picture rather than the sentence at the beginning. So I think when the pictures and the sentence come together, it's make more power than you think.
How about a least favorite word, quote, or sentence?
These are for like the quit.
Quit.
Yeah.
That's a good one. If you had to pick one word to describe yourself, what word would you choose?
Yeah, I would choose rabbit because I was bringing the rabbit here. I think sometimes the rabbit seems very gentle and very calm down, but sometimes very active. It's really me. When I'm like working, I'm like very active. I need to think about more. You may say I'm calm down here, but in my mind, I'm blowing up myself.
What keeps you up at night?
Most time it's gonna be the design work recently I'm working on, or just very new like the video games I really love, like the Zelda is my favorite one. When it's coming on, like I think this year, I keep like 2 days on it. I didn't sleep at all.
We had a gamer on the audio podcast named Zelda Sauce, and she streams on Twitch, and now she's a Twitch partner, which is a big goal that she achieved. So just heads up for Zelda Sauce. So the next question is final stretch. What's a dream you're chasing?
What kind of dream? First of all, I want to be a professional graphic designer. That's always been my dream. I found like that's one way to let me to help others and also achieve myself. And at the same time, I also working as a volunteer for most timely for the people and children right now. But in the future, I want to have some like little animals, because like in China there's lots of like the pets is being lost, and there's no like laws or regulation to help them. I think there is need more help from the human beings. We need to protect them.
What inspires you?
Inspire me as we discussed about like always being the locations, always the local cultures,
right.
And then also you need to remember where you're from. Your background is always been your strong power for your design work. I think that's two things inspire me most.
Advice. Do you have any advice you want to share?
If share with like the new graphic designers, I was always ask them to see more books or projects from the peer designers. That could be a way to see a weakness of yourself and others. Why your peers can do better than you, or sometimes they will misunderstood some concept from design.
Great, and finally the self-promotional question. How can our listeners keep tabs on you? What would you like us to look at?
Because at the meantime, my nickname is Adora, so you can find me by the Adora She Design on the Instagram or by my website, adorashe.com.
Great, well, so happy to be connected to you through LaSalle and through the sustainable design courses there, and then through our own community that we're trying to build here in the podcast recording studio with the past guests who often don't know each other and are put in rooms together not knowing how to connect, and then they find that there are these connections between everyone. Trying to do that with all of you, the audience, as well, as we come into 2024 and enter season 2 here. So thank you so much for joining today.
Thank you.